All right, welcome to Google Docs webinar, and today is a two-part series. And so part one will go through understanding what Google Docs is, taking a look at your activity list, searching through your documents, and just kind of a total understanding of Google Drive as well. Part two will be on the actual tools such as Google Docs, Presentation Creator, your spreadsheet, Google Forms, things like that. And so the first thing that we'll look at is how do you get into your Google Docs. First of all, you obviously have to have a Google account. And so what I'm logged in to my Google account. And you can see that up above I have search, images, mail, drive, calendar, sites, groups, etc. Now if you don't see drive for some reason, or one that says documents, look in your more option. Now to get there, so I click on my drive, and it says what will pop up is all these documents that are already created. If you have nothing in there, that's fine. Otherwise, you have things that probably have been shared with you, things that you've opened, maybe you didn't even know that were in there. And so what we're looking at is basically like my documents on your desktop computer or your laptop, except that it is stored in the cloud. And so Google Docs is cloud storage, meaning that anything you save or do is saved on a server somewhere else, versus if you save a document on your documents on my computer, there really is no way to access those documents outside of, or if you're not on that computer. Now I know there are ways to do this, but easily and effectively. And so what Google Docs does is it saves things into the cloud. All you do is you log into Google anywhere in the world on any computer, and what you can do is access those documents. What this also allows you to do is share things amongst people. Now there's no attaching documents anymore. It's all sharing, which is the same, somewhat the same concept of attaching documents. And so if we take a look at what we have here, one thing you'll want to take note of is the different icons. And so you can see that these are Google documents. They're the blue ones with lines on them. The presentation is the red square with a white square inside of it. This would be like a PDF document. That's the PDF symbol. This right here is just a file, an undefined file. As you can see, that's how it categorizes it. This is an image. And so you can put any type of file in your Google Docs. It does not have to be a Google Doc, so to speak, file. It can be any type of file. This is a .csv file. This is a PDF file. And so if you want to store something online, you can put any type of file into this. And so again, what we have to do is think of my drive as my documents on your computer, just it is in the cloud. Now in order to go through and search these, because as you'll start to notice as you get more and more and more, there's a lot of different things that will end up in here, and they're difficult to sometimes keep track of. You can do a couple things. First of all, so if I wanted to just take a look at the my Google Chrome and Chromebooks and I couldn't find it and I knew it's somewhere in there, I just type in the word Google and it's just like a Google search. You'll notice that things will pop up for me, and so then I can just open it from there. We can also search by shared with me, so folders that are shared with you or documents that are just shared with you. And so those are there. If I have starred anything, which I haven't, you'll notice that there are little stars. So if I star this one, I can go to starred and then it will find it for me. Recent, and so this will go by last opened by. You can also, if you'll notice that if you roll your mouse over, you can see that there are arrows. And so I can change that to last edited by me as well and see that. Clicking on your activity will usually bring up the last thing that was modified in this Google Docs. Clicking on all items will show all items, no matter if you have archived them, sent them to folders, it'll show all your items. If you've trashed items, they're in there. In your trash, obviously, over here on the left. Otherwise, you can search by owner type more. And so if I click on that, if I just want to see my different types of text documents, there, I can just do it that way. If I want to just search by owned by me, now you'll notice up above here in the search bar that it will do that for you. It'll kind of put these boxes down. Take those off, you just click on the X. You can also sort this way, and if you don't like this view, this will also switch it to a grid. Kind of harder to do, there's a little more scrolling and things that you need to look at versus that. Underneath your settings, there's not too many settings other than language, time zone, where do you want items to open, in a new window or current window. I always have them in a new window, that way I can always get back to my Google Drive. Some people don't like that. I also allow bolded any updated items, that way you can see when things have been updated or changed. I always hit save, and then you'll go back to your Google Drive. Now, why did they switch from Google Documents to Google Drive? Well, Google Drive, if you're familiar with a service called Dropbox, Google Drive is very similar to that. And what Google Drive is you'll notice this is my desktop on my computer, and what you'll see here is a Google Drive folder. And so if I want files in there, what I do is I can save files. I can create it in Word, PowerPoint, whatever, and just drag them or save them to this Google Drive folder, and then they will show up inside of my online Google Drive here. You only can connect one account per drive, and so per computer. And so I suggest if you have a personal Google account and a personal computer, you can connect those two. Right now they're still working out kinks on how to allow multiple users to use the Drive feature on the same computer, so multiple users on the same computer. Other buttons that you want to take note of here are will be if you're going to create a new anything, that goes there. If you're going to upload a file, so you can upload them from your computer or folders from your computer, is right there. If you want to create a new folder, that folder plus button there will allow you to do that. And so that's your Google Docs in a nutshell. Part 2 will go through creating documents, what that all looks like, and sharing documents.